Welcome to Versus Weekly. Oppo has joined Xiaomi and sister company Vivo by including a massive 1-inch type camera sensor in its latest smartphone, the Find X6 Pro. The sensor, known as the Sony IMX989, was first seen to be fully utilized on the Xiaomi 12S Ultra, and it's fair to say that we were pretty impressed with the results on the hardware side of things. The difference is, the quality of the ultra-wide and zoom camera sensors are also insanely high, which is not common for mobile phones. The IMX890 sensor, which is being used for these two additional cameras, is as big as what Samsung uses for the main camera on its recent Galaxy S23 and S23 Plus phones. When you compare it like this, you know that Oppo is trying to do something special. Everything else is just as premium as the camera. The display is a 6.82-inch 120Hz OLED screen with 2500 in its peak brightness, which is actually unheard of. IP68 rating for dust and water resistance, 12 or 16 gigs of RAM, along with 256 or 512 gigs of storage. You will also get 100 watts fast charging or 50 watts wireless charging, which is twice the speed my Pixel charges with a cable. The design and the colors that come with it are beautiful. It kind of reminds me of the Xiaomi 12S Ultra, but it seems that this camera is going to work a lot better, both in terms of software and hardware, with the support of Hasselblad, as well as the upgraded Silicon image processor that Oppo phones have, which is responsible for doing the heavy lifting when it comes to processing colors, light, and contrast. The unfortunate thing is that the Find X6 Pro is currently a China-only release, which is something that I don't get. This phone seems that it has the potential to deliver a consistent camera experience between all of their cameras, which is pretty much unseen in this industry. Keeping it away from Europe and the US is an interesting decision, but we will see if they change their mind later on. Next up, Honor. The Honor Magic 5 Ultimate was one of the most anticipated smartphones of 2023, since its predecessor was praised by many critics to be a top contender for the best camera smartphone of last year. The main differences between the Pro and the Ultimate versions is that this one was released with two special colors, Elegant Black and Burning Orange, both being vegan leather. The camera bump is also a different design to make it seem a bit more special, as they've named it the Eye of Muse. When it comes to raw specs, the Ultimate is a 6.81-inch 2848 by 1312 pixels LTPO OLED with 120Hz refresh rate, and inside there's a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip with 16 gigs of RAM and a 5450 mAh battery with 66 watts fast charging. So compared to the predecessor, the phone is a bit lighter and smaller. The weight difference is due to the fact that this year's Ultimate was downgraded from a quad to a triple rear camera setup by cutting the Spectrum enhanced camera. A 50 megapixel triple camera setup is what we have found, with a 13mm ultra wide that has autofocus and macro capabilities and a 3.5 times periscope telephoto zoom lens. Additionally, there are two camera sensors on the front, a wider than usual 12 megapixel selfie camera, and a depth sensor. So apart from the obvious design changes, the Honor 5 Magic Ultimate seems to be the exact same full-on flagship as a sibling Magic 5 Pro. Is that worth the extra money? That is going to be up for you to decide. So last up is a big one. You know how accessories have gotten to a point that everyone has earbuds? Smartwatches are also another one that are on the way to becoming a staple. What would you do if I told you that Huawei found a way to combine the two? Let me introduce you to the Huawei Watch Buds. We tried this watch out in the last week, and it seems that it's an amazing watch, and we're almost done with a special YouTube short detailing the specifics of this new one-of-a-kind device. So make sure to like and subscribe to check out our content for the newest tech news. We'll see you in the next video.